But we're starting with breaking news, and Siddaramaiah is taking a cue from the Bihar election campaign, it seems. Remember where the Bihari versus Bahari narrative seemed to have captured the popular imagination. Again, sharpening his outsiders versus Kannada pride attack. Asking why is it that Yogi Adityanath and the Prime Minister are needed in Karnataka. Also taking a low blow at B.S. Yediyurappa, the embattled chief ministerial face of the BJP, who Siddaramaiah referred to as a dejected, cheated grandfather. Ashutosh with this exclusive.
Are you worried? No, I'm not worried about Reddy. I want to know, are you worried? You know, today the Prime Minister spoke to all the BJP Karyakartas in the state. Are you worried that the Prime Minister is going to have his big bang rallies in Karnataka? Do you think the wave will turn in favor of the BJP then?
There is already a wave in favor of Congress party. Where is the question of change? Wave will be changed in favor of
BJP feels that they can change things once Modi and Amit Shah and Yogi Adityanath come here.
It is going to be a minus point for them. If Adityanath comes here, it is going to be a minus point for them. Both against them.
Why? Because you think they're outsiders, that's why?
No, not outsider. See, they are Yogi Adityanath. What is that he has done in UP? In 1 year, he has failed miserably.
Parliament elections.
If he's in 2 parliament constituencies, in his own parliament constituency, the party BJP was defeated. What is that he came here and do anything?
So are you going to make ticket allocation to Reddy brothers as your center stage of the campaign in Karnataka?
No, it is not a main issue, but it's one of the issues.
Do you feel bad for Yediyurappa being sidelined? Do you feel bad that Yediyurappa is being sidelined by the BJP?
It looks like that Yediyurappa has been sidelined.
Is that a bad thing? Should the BJP have done that?
See, the Yediyurappa and his family, his community, they are feeling bad.
Sir, but then BJP claimed that that's the difference between Congress and BJP because they don't follow the dynasty.
Who is that? Who is Karajol and his son? Which party they belong? Somanna and his son. Somanna and his son. Earlier Yediyurappa and his son. Huh? Okay, they say that they are against dynasty.
It's not dynasty, it's not married.
But you know, Mr. Siddaramaiah, coastal, that Uttar Kannada has also seen a maximum this attempt at a polarization. Are you worried about that factor? Because, you know, the RSS on the grounds, the BJP trying to do that. Is your soft Hindutva approach a counter to their polarization?
These are all, people are not considering all these issues.
Not 1 minute to say from North Canara.
He's the district in charge minister.
Polarization in Kumta, 1 hour, and see, it backfired on them. With no issue, they tried to raise the issue. And they did not go to rescue those people to whom they provocated. So it has backfired.
You think it's going to backfire?
Actually,
yes,
Kumta
but is your soft Hindutva strategy an attempt to counter them?
What is soft Hindutva?
No.
See,
no soft Hindutva or hard Hindutva. We are also Hindus, only with secularism. We are secular Hindus, they are communal Hindus.
When a Salman Khurshid makes a comment like that, do you think that's wrong at a time like Karnataka election? Because remember what Manishankar Iyer did during the Gujarat elections. Do you think people like Salman Khurshid
that is nothing to do with in Karnataka.
Things are getting really choppy as just about a fortnight is left for the Karnataka elections. And when things are so neck and neck, you can imagine how everything has been put at stake. As they say in Hindi, सारी ताकत झोंक दी गई है. So if the BJP is bringing in their Trimurti, that trump card as it were, of Yogi Adityanath, Amit Shah and the Prime Minister himself, the Congress is also, tomorrow first of all, they are going to begin with the release of their manifesto right here in Mangaluru by Rahul Gandhi, followed by a spate of meetings and a no-holds-barred attack. Here's how this election in dead heat is going to play out.
भारत माता की को एक साथ लेकर आगे बढ़ती है. अमित शाह जी और गए.
In the last lap in the race for Karnataka, political big guns are already booming in the state ahead of the crucial assembly polls.
आप पिछले 5 या 10 चुनावों का एनालिसिस कीजिए। इन लोगों ने हर बार एक नए समाज, नए समूह को कुछ न कुछ झूठे वादे पकड़ा दिए।
कांग्रेस को उखाड़ फेंकना है, सरकार बदलनी है, सिद्धरामैया को हटाना है, तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी को जिताना पड़ेगा, श्री येदियुरप्पा जी को मुख्यमंत्री बनाना पड़ेगा।
आरएसएस और बीजेपी जो देश में क्रोध फैलाते हैं, गुस्सा फैलाते हैं, नफरत फैलाते हैं, देश के एक व्यक्ति को दूसरे व्यक्ति से लड़ाते हैं।
The stage is now set for Prime Minister to enter battleground Karnataka. Narendra Modi will go on a 5-day poll blitzkrieg starting from 1st May to 8th May. The BJP hopes that Prime Minister's presence would give the party a final push before the polls. Modi is likely to address about 20 rallies in Karnataka. On day 1, the Prime Minister will visit Chamarajnagar, Udupi and Belagavi. On day 2, he will tour Gulbarga, Bellary and Bengaluru. On 3rd and 4th day of his big political campaign in the state, Modi will address public meetings in Tumkur, Shivamoga and Hubli, followed by Raichur and Kolar. BJP will also organize a rally in Mangalore and Bengaluru on 8th May, just 4 days before the state goes to polls. BJP star campaigner Yogi Adityanath will also join the campaign trail. He is expected to hold around 35 rallies between 3rd and 4th May and then from 7th to 8th May. Yogi will hold public meetings and rallies in Uttara Kannada, Shivamoga, Tiptur, Hassan, Chikmagalur and Bayandur. The Congress too is pulling out all the stops. Party chief Rahul Gandhi has already carried out several roadshows, temple visits and met Lingayat seers in a bid to keep one of the last Congress bastions intact. And there's more to come. The Congress chief is already in the state on a 2-day tour that started in Uttar Kannada today. Rahul will also visit Coorg and Bengaluru and will be in Gulbarga and rural Bengaluru on 3rd and 4th May. Rahul, who's spearheading the party's campaign in Karnataka, will also interact with people in Mysuru and Bengaluru between 8th and 10th May. An epic electoral battle being fought with an epic number of rallies. The stage is set for War Nataka.
When it's a close contest, every possible medium is important to make sure that the message goes to the last voter. So whether it be padyatras, going door to door, or these massive runs, everything is pulled out of the hat in election season, Karnataka. With camera person Shiv Murthy in Mysuru, Padmaja Joshi for India Today. But not always is it about massive runs or even Maha rallies or relas as they are called. Sometimes you have to go door to door, padyatras, reach out to the last voter, irrespective of how high up you are in the party hierarchy or how junior you are in terms of your political experience, especially when you are a member of parliament, extremely young, yet have the chief minister himself contesting from one of your constituencies, the constituency that falls in your Lok Sabha area. So we spoke to Pratap Simha about why the BJP needs leaders imported from Delhi when they have people like him and Yediyurappa. Congress and the BJP both putting up a tough fight across Karnataka. But if there is one constituency which is going to be significant, it is the Lok Sabha constituency of Mysuru, because it is here that the Chief Minister also has his assembly constituency. Pratap Simha of the BJP, Member of Parliament from here, you have Siddaramaiah fighting, as it were, for his life in his constituency, Chamundeshwari. Many say he's going to win.
I seriously doubt. In the past, he got defeated twice in the same constituency. This time, it will be the end of his political career, I feel.
But how? Because he is someone who's saying that I'm talking about development, BJP is only trying to communalize, and then he's got the popular support.
See, people had so much of expectation on Siddaramaiah when he became the chief minister, because he belongs to this place, this constituency. He is born and brought up here. But he did not do anything for Mysore. Forget about the rest of Karnataka. He did not do anything in Mysore itself. You go to Chamundeshwari, people are still struggling for potable water.
Okay,
That is the situation in
So you're
Chamundeshwari.
talking about local issues, local people. He himself is saying your star campaigners are the Prime Minister, people you are importing from the north, like Yogi Adityanath. Why, when they have local leaders like you?
Why are they importing Rahul Gandhi, who is a biggest disaster?
Why do you need the Prime Minister every?
Why shouldn't Prime
Or
Minister?
Yogi Adityanath?
Why shouldn't Prime Minister come and campaign in Mysuru?
Why should Yogi Adityanath?
Why shouldn't he come? Because we have star campaigners. We have many. See, in 22 states, we have NDA government. We want to have one more government in Karnataka.
People like Yogi Adityanath are being brought in only because this whole religion angle is being played in sensitive areas, especially a whole Hindu-Muslim divide is being done.
See, in the past, in last 1.5 months, Yogi visited Karnataka thrice. One in Hubli, another one is Bangalore, another one was in coastal region. These regions are not sensitive. Here we are not bringing Yogi to Narsimraja constituency or to Mysore. He is coming to Coorg, which is not a sensitive place. This is a completely distorted view. See, we are bringing all star campaigners just to energize our party workers. When our party
Your
workers,
state leadership is not energizing.
no, they are doing their bit.
Apparently there was a video of you saying that you're being told to create trouble.
See, it is a 31 minutes video. If you take out 7-second video and give a different meaning, then I can't help it. If it's still there in my Facebook, see, I have got more followers. If you put together both Twitter and Facebook, I have more followers than the chief minister.
You're saying that Siddaramaiah is doing divisive politics.
Yes.
How is he doing?
24 of our party workers, 24 of our party workers got murdered. In over 1 dozen cases, PFI, SDPI and KFD is directly involved. But instead of taking stern action against them, he is virtually supporting by withdrawing the criminal cases which were filed against KFD and PFI way back in 2011.
This is going to be an enduring theme through the rest of the elections as well. The divide between Hindus and Muslims, you are going to continue to talk about.
No, we are talking about the divisive politics of the chief minister. See, on one side, he is encouraging the rogue elements like PFI and KFD. On the other side, just to stop Yediyurappa from becoming the chief minister, he is trying to divide Lingayat community. How can you give different religious status to Lingayat community? They worship Shiva. Shiva is part and parcel of Hindu society. The moment you give minority status to Lingayat community, they constitute around 20%, and who is going to lose the benefit of that minorities?
But the Kannada pride issue that he has brought up, since you are yourself from here, do you think that there should be a separate flag? The whole issue of imposition of Hindi that Siddaramaiah keeps talking about?
See, that's what we are telling. See, this 3-language policy, it was, formulated during the period of Indira Gandhi, and it was continued when this, metro project came in during UPS government. They only, adopted this 3-language policy in all metro stations, and it is.
So you are against imposition of Hindi?
I say not against Hindi. I am in favor of giving first priority to Kannada.
And you think that there should be a separate flag?
No, see, we have a separate flag from 1969. It was designed by Ma Ramamurthy. It is there.
Okay, so finally let me ask you, Pratap Simha, Amit Shah yesterday said that Karnataka is going to be the gateway to the south. If you do not win Karnataka, is this going to be the end of the BJP's ambitions of making any inroads into the south, like Tamil Nadu?
The moment we win Karnataka, the party cadre in Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana will get energized.
By the way, a lot of flack that the BJP is facing for accepting everyone who was tainted, who has been accused of being corrupt, who has cases, and the Reddy brothers are okay now.
See, Reddy, he is not with the party.
But he's campaigning with them.
See, anybody can go and campaign. We have not given ticket to, this guy. And in most of the cases, see, some of the guys, they got acquitted by the court. Even there were cases against Yediyurappa. See, it was politically motivated. He was sent to jail. It was a politically motivated design. And the High Court quashed the, case against Yediyurappa. But as of now, we have taken a very principled stand. Unless and until he gets acquitted, he will not be taken into the party. But his close confidant, his one, his one friend Sri Ramalu, he does not have any cases against him. He is contesting against the Chief Minister from Badami.
Okay, so fighting on principles here in Karnataka, whether it be Mysuru or other areas, at least the BJP is sure that purely on their strength, they are on their way to first get Karnataka, and then it's going to be Mission South. With camera person Shiv Murthy in Mysuru, Padmaja Joshi for India Today. Well, apparently politics is all about short memories because Janardhan Reddy is not associated with the BJP at all. It's just a coincidence that he is sitting in a farmhouse just outside of Bellary, monitoring the progress of the campaign of not just his relatives and friends, 7 of whom have been given a ticket by the BJP, but he's also actively seen in the campaign trail. But it seems for now, the BJP has been okay with Mr. Bellary as long as they come back to power. After all, winnability is all that elections are about.
It's a very Reddy election for the BJP in Karnataka. The BJP leadership has tried desperately to distance itself from graft-accused mining baron G. Janardhan Reddy. But the reality on ground is very different.
नहीं, जनार्दन रेड्डी जी के साथ हमारा कोई संबंध नहीं है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कोई रिश्ता नहीं।
3 weeks after BJP president disowned the infamous Reddy brothers, India Today has accessed images of Janardhan Reddy campaigning with BJP's Badami candidate Sri Ramalu. And that's not all. The BJP has fielded 7 of Janardhan Reddy's closest aides in the upcoming Karnataka Assembly elections. Remember, Karunakara Reddy and his brother Janardhan Reddy had been identified as the key players in the multi-million-dollar Obulapuram mining scandal barely 6 years ago. Training his guns on Prime Minister Modi over the Reddy grip on Karnataka BJP, Rahul Gandhi called it an insult to the people of Karnataka and an insult to the spirit of Basavanna, the Lingayat icon. BJP has been quick to hit back at Congress, claiming even their party president and the choice of ticket recipients is tainted.
Mrs. Sonia Gandhi ji and Mr. Rahul Gandhi ji, both of them are out on bail for having usurped 5,000 crore rupees in the National Herald case from the poor people of this country. Do they have any morality to question the Bharatiya Janata Party?
Though the decision has no doubt left a small dent on Prime Minister Modi's image, BJP High Command believes it will benefit them in the visible future. Bureau Report, India Today.
So when it's election season, everyone is ready to compromise just a little bit. That's it then on today's edition of People's Court. It's been a long day on the road from Mysore to Mangaluru. So now we're off to eat some Mangaluru fish curry. See you at the same time tomorrow.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.